Hi guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and I'm here for the reading for the Leos out there from March 11th through March 17th. I want to say a big thank you to those who have subscribed recently. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate those who even taken the time just to stop by to watch my videos. I appreciate you as well. And I just want to say as a disclaimer that if this reading does not resonate, it may not be for you. Maybe, who knows, it may be for another day. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's see what's going on with you for March 11th through March 17th. I'm just going to do one more shuffle and I'm going to just get ready. Okay. Let me just fix this a little bit. There we go. Okay. So we have the World card here. Now this is really, really huge. With the World, this is a whole completion of a cycle. Now what's interesting is this is the week before Aries season, and Aries season is the astrological new year. So this is you guys also completing what you needed to do as well. Just coincidentally with the astrological new year, which is great. I feel that if you've been feeling like, when is this going to end? When is my life going to change? I'm tired of how things has been going. I feel like Aries season is when you're going to start to feel better, because us as fire signs, we always do well in our fire sign season. Like, I'm a Sagittarius. I do well in Aries season. Like, I have more determination. And then in Leo season, like, those are really my best seasons. I feel is when you're in your fellow fire signs or any other signs in their same sign. Element is what I'm trying to say. So that you should feel really accomplished that the World is here, because now you finally get to move forward, and especially because it's Mercury retrograde, so I feel that's helping clean some things up. And also with Uranus here, that's a new cycle within itself. So it could be where Uranus is in your chart, that's where it's a cycle could also be taking place as well, and you could start experiencing changes if you've been feeling stuck, because that's what Uranus loves to do. He loves to free people. So this is the Five of Cups. I feel this is you coming out of that sadness. Like I was saying, like Aries season, I feel you will really start to get out of this. I know this may be kind of more emotional, especially with the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Is causing all of us. As a fellow fire sign, I'm feeling it too. So, but however, what's so different about this retrograde is it's a lot of healing that's taking place. Like I have healed so much. Like I have, like, because I have it in my ninth house right now. And I natally have the ninth house in Pisces. And on top of that, like Neptune is about to move into my ninth house in April, which I'm excited about, because Neptune in the eighth house, I've dealt with so much when it terms of credit and everything, people stealing identities. Like Neptune in the eighth house is no joke. So if you've been dealing with you being involved in breaches and stuff like that, that's probably, if you probably look, you probably will see Neptune transit in your eighth house. You could be like myself, and I'm excited for Neptune to move out of my eighth house into my ninth house. But I feel, even for me as a Leo ascendant, this is me clearing how I come across, because there was a disconnect for me for a while where I felt like I couldn't be my true authentic self. I felt like I had to hide different parts of myself, and that caused me sadness, because you you know how you be around people, but you love them, but it's like you cannot be your true authentic self. So maybe that's why you feel sad as well. Maybe you guys are deciding to close the cycle with people that you're not in alignment anymore. It's like that's the sad part about it. It's like, man, like, we really had some good times together, but now it's just not what it is anymore. And that's normal to feel like that. Who knows? Maybe they might come back in later. But I feel like for right now, you're choosing just to let what no longer serves you go, because you're more ready to step in these new beginnings. And of course, you're feeling sad, but you know that this is just a moment in time, I feel. So we have the Four of Pentacles. So we have you guys also holding on to something too tight. Now, here's what I would just want to say. If you're feeling regretful right now or you're feeling sorrow right now, just make sure you don't hold on to that. You do not want to take that energy in with you into Aries season, because that's the time that as us as a collective, we're ready to start getting our lives back together. It's spring about to be here. So it may be really intense right now, but make sure you don't hold on to that. And also make sure that whatever is trying to come to a close, that the universe is trying to bring in here, that you're not desperately holding on to it, because if that's the case, you're going to cause your own self more regret. So just be mindful of that. I feel that everybody, to a point, the universe is pushing everybody to be where they need to be. There is no more, oh, we're just going to be with you, we're going to give you more time. Like, no. Like, I feel now into 2019, they're forcing everybody to let stuff go. They'll deal with people being upset, you being upset with your spirit guides or the universe. They're like, yeah, we get it, we know, but we're trying to close this into your life because you cannot move forward. And over time, you would thank us, actually. You don't see this right now. So that's why it's so important to look at things from a perspective of your higher self, because you could get wrapped up in the emotions down here that you're not realizing the overall purpose of this happening. See what I'm saying? The overall purpose of this happening. This is why. While just be careful, yes, some cups may be turned over. Yes, you may have lost some friends, a relationship, but trust and believe that this is what's trying to come in. That's why it had to end. And I know you may feel like, I just want to hold on to it. Let me just hold on to it a little longer. It's just like, no, it has to go. And also, the universe wants you to be happy, Leo. Like, it has happy changes in store. It's just whatever you're holding on to no longer serves you. So it kind of has to be ripped. And this is where Uranus is really the most probably going to impact the fixed signs like Taurus, Leo, Aquarius. It's going to come in those signs because they're, I don't want to say stubborn, but it's just that one quality I will say is that perseverance. A perseverance of like a fixed sign is amazing. That's one thing that they have down. But however, it's also they like to be comfortable. They like to be set. They like things to be a certain way. And maybe you've been accustomed to things being a certain way. But however, because you're shedding these old layers of yourself and you're healing, like, this is causing major vibrations in the universe. And that's how you know, because certain people you just don't feel like you're in alignment with anymore. And that's normal to feel sad. I felt like that. Like, I've been there where it's like, oh my gosh, like, then it's kind of like you don't want to awaken sometimes, like, because you just feel like the oddball. You just feel like everybody around you is just not on the same vibration. And it's not like you look down on them. It's like you want them to vibrate with you, but the universe wants you to know that some people just cannot come with you this time. It's time for you to let these things go so you can truly be happy. Like, if you think you're happy with this, then obviously you haven't seen nothing yet. Like, this is what I feel the universe is trying to tell you guys. So let's see why the World card's here. The Ten of Pentacles. So this seems it could be a relationship that's coming to an end this week during the Mercury retrograde, or you're completing a karmatic cycle, or however, if you're already separated, this could be you completing that cycle and now coming back with the other person as well. I'm just going to do another clarifier. And why is the Ten of Pentacles here? So we have the Eight of Wands. Oh wow. So you are definitely completing a cycle, and it seems to be in terms of a relationship. Maybe you guys had took some time apart from each other, and now that you guys are where you need to be, each as an individual, the universe is now allowing you guys to come back together. And it seems to be some passionate communication that can occur this week too. And also because Mercury is retrograde, like I said, it has everyone in their feelings, really deeply thinking about what truly matters to them. Maybe you guys have realized both how your relationship actually wasn't that bad. Maybe it was outside factors that was playing a part in your guys' relationship. I know that happens. You ever be with somebody and it's like you two are fine, but it's like the stuff that comes with each other, that the baggage that comes with you or the baggage that comes with them, that actually gets in the way of the relationship. So maybe that's why you had to be separated. So now you guys cleared that away, and now you guys can come together in an even better way. That's beautiful, actually. So let's see what the sadness is here for, though. Let's see why the Five of Cups is here. We have the Knight of Pentacles. I sense that the word impatience just came in my mind as soon as I seen the Knight of Pentacles. I feel that you guys have felt like this is just not moving, and that's what causes sadness. I feel you could feel like your world is just on ice right now. It's just like nothing I want is manifesting. Like stuff is just falling out my life. Like, I'm losing friends. I'm all over the place. Like, what is going on? Like, why isn't my life progressing? But it is. But it's just in the physical realm, it's denser down here. So it takes longer, depending on what you would like to manifest. Also, if it's especially a person, there's so many things that go into manifesting a person, because a person still has free will decision. So this is where people forget this. It's like you can have a plan to be with somebody, but however, if they have that free will decision that they just don't want to be with you, the universe, no matter how hard, can force that person to be with you, because that's not a true authentic self. And that's why we have to let those people go. If people choose not to be with you, you cannot force that. Respect that person's decision, because how would you feel if you didn't want to be with nobody, right? And they kept pressuring you and causing you to feel bad, and then the universe forced you to be with them. Would you like that? No. So just think that about the other person. Maybe it was other situations that was going on. It doesn't mean that you guys wasn't going to come together. It doesn't mean that it was all over. It could have just been put on ice. And fire signs, we like stuff now, 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 now. Like, but it doesn't always work like that. And it's our own expectations that causes this. That's what I feel. It could have been your expectation of the situation, your timeline of the situation that you made up in your mind, but that wasn't how it was going to happen. It was going to happen when the universe was going to allow it to happen. And we have the King of Swords. So I feel it's like, so now it's time to cut this out. It's time to focus on what you do have in your life. Between the things you want to manifest, just focus on, like, what are things like, do you have a house? Do you have a car? Do you find other things where you get in this energy to be thankful for? And that's what I think about. Because for example, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I still look at where I am, and I still say thank you when I go to bed, because it's so important to stay in gratitude, because that's how you draw more into your life. Like, how is the universe gonna bring more stuff into your life if you're not already taking care of what you got? Like, for example, you may want a house, but you ask the universe, I would like to manifest a house. But the universe is like, you don't even clean your dishes. You don't even vacuum your floor. You don't do anything. So why would I expand you into something bigger if you cannot maintain what you have going on? So I feel that you guys are going to cut this out. You guys are going to not only talk with more. I feel when this communication comes in, you're also going to talk to them more maturely as well when it comes in the terms of this communication of this person. But I also feel just in general, you're going to think before you react, because I feel that you may also think about how you may have overreacted, and that has also made situations worse. So I feel you really are learning from the experiences that you've been through, which is great. So let's see why the Four of Pentacles is here. Let's see what you guys are holding on to. So we have the World here twice. This is something really serious that's closing up for you guys. So I feel like the universe is saying that you may be going through a dark time right now, but we're with you. Like, we see that you're all banished up. We know that you're hurt. We know that things, you don't want to let these things go. We know that, but we also know that there's so much more out there for you right now that you're not seeing. And if maybe you take the time to communicate with us or communicate with your higher self, you'll be able to realize that, Leo, you're closing a cycle right now. That's why it's hurting so much, because all these changes going on around you, the more you resist, the more it's just going to happen. You're going to hurt yourself the more you resist. So the universe is saying whatever changes that is coming into your life, welcome them, because you're not going to see the whole picture right away. You're going to feel angry, you're going to feel resentful, but however, just keep in mind that whatever is happening for you. And let me tell you, as far as sign, that was not easy for me to learn either, but I really started to look at life like that, like, wow, I like nothing was ever a fault, I would say, because everyone has done the best to what they knew at that moment. Because when you know better, you do better. So when I see people not doing better, I take it as they don't know any better. So instead of me just trying to hold on to these people that just choose to stay in their own mindset or just to make them happy, even though it hurts to let them go, I have to do what I have to do. And that's what the universe wants you to realize too, that they're trying to bring in more people. But just don't continue to focus on where you're at to the point that you put on more suffering and pain than really what is needed. Because sometimes we could think ourselves into depression. We could think ourselves into a bad mood. So it's important just to focus on what you have going on right now and what's to come. Don't think about the past or what decisions you could have made, because you can't change the past. All you have is the present. So let's see why the Ace of Cups is here. We have the High Priestess. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Your happiness right now comes from you trusting your intuition on how to move in the physical world right now. It's you being more in a feminine type of energy. Now, what I mean by that is a more receiving energy, tapping into your intuition by meditating or paying attention to the numbers that you may see going on around you that will lead you to the direction of where you need to go in the physical, that will bring you the ultimate happiness. So I also like to look now to see if I see any numbers in these cards, but I don't really see any triple digits, because I think that's interesting. It came to me the other day to actually start looking for that, to be like, hey, it could be a number for someone, or it could be a synchronicity. So I feel I wanted to start adding that in my readings as well, because I think that's actually a good idea. So the universe is pretty much saying to you guys, trust the process, allow yourself to feel hurt about what's going on, but make sure you don't stay there, because look what's here for you. Like, this Five of Cups is nothing compared to what the universe is trying to give you. And every time we close a cycle, it is extremely painful. It sure is. But however, it's through these changes that we actually realize how it was for our benefit. So Leos, I hope you guys appreciate this reading, and I'll catch you guys next week.